Impact alert in effect for the upcoming work week, Monday through Thursday, because we're going to have a lot of tropical moisture coming our way. First, let's get into what's happening. We're still watching that area of disturbed weather in the Gulf. Now it's moved into Mexico. So we have some showers and storms here on satellite that have moved into Mexico and South Texas. Not much is going to happen with this spot over the next couple of days, but we're going to be watching for some redevelopment of this weak system in the northern Gulf going into the middle part of this upcoming week. So we could actually see some redevelopment with this system going into about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame. The chance for that is low. It's just looking like a whole bunch of tropical moisture is going to be moving into the Gulf South over the next week. So we'll be watching this closely as we head into the work week ahead. But here's all that moisture pushing into Mexico and Texas now. Also, that moisture gets pulled farther to the north along the entirety of the Gulf Coast going into the new work week ahead of an approaching front from the north. That will lead to multiple rounds of showers and storms across the Gulf Coast. But here we go Wednesday, Thursday. We could see that Gulf disturbance trying to redevelop into at least an area of weak low pressure. We'll see where it ends up, somewhere in East Texas, maybe western Louisiana, possibly closer to us here at home. Really, at this point, it's looking like we're just going to get even more tropical moisture, and a big rain-making system is coming our way across the Gulf Coast this week. So we have that weather impact alert in effect for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday because we'll have numerous rounds of heavy showers and storms at times, some tropical downpours. That could lead to some street flooding concerns. There's going to be some dry time in between, of course, this week, but any storms that come and any showers that do come our way, they could be pretty heavy at times. So make sure you have a way to get our alerts in case they're issued. If we have any flash flooding concerns, bring your rain gear with you before you head out the door starting tomorrow. Keep it handy all this week. As we close up your weekend, though, it's nice. We've got lots of sun. It's hot and muggy, 93 degrees right now. Feels like 99. It's going to be warm and humid the rest of tonight. Temperatures currently mostly in the low to mid 90s across southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi, so it is hot early this evening. It's dry, but we do have some storms off to our west in Lafayette as that front approaches from the north and we get all that moisture already starting to surge in from the Gulf across the Gulf Coast. So the rest of tonight should be mostly dry. Temperatures will eventually get down to the 80s later this evening and we'll stay in the 80s mostly heading into tomorrow morning, maybe some 70s early tomorrow. Could see a couple isolated showers early tomorrow. Also, we're 1 week away from the official start of summer. So over the next week, it's the longest days of the year this week. The summer solstice is on June 21st. That's our longest day of the year, about 14 hours and 4 minutes here in New Orleans. And after we get past the summer solstice, the next day we start slowly losing daylight. So 1 week away from the official start of summer. But then this week, of course, it's going to be a wet and soggy week. We have that weather impact alert in effect all the way from Monday through Thursday, because we'll have very high rain chances with all that tropical moisture. So here's what's going on with satellite and radar across the Gulf Coast. Here's the front positioned farther to the north. It's headed to the south right now. And then we have that weak Gulf disturbance in Mexico. Those two things are going to work together over the next few days, leading to some heavy rain across the entire Gulf Coast, several inches of rainfall. And then going into the middle to latter part of this week, we're going to see if that Gulf disturbance can redevelop some going into about Wednesday, Thursday. We'll see where it's positioned, but I think at this point, we're just going to see a whole bunch of rain coming and going across the entirety of the Gulf Coast this week, including for us in southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi. So get ready for a wet and soggy work week ahead, and then next weekend we should dry up a bit.